What's happening, guys? Happy Wednesday, and thank you for joining another special episode of Your Welcome. And I got to tell you, when I'm talking special, I'm talking about the champ is here in studio, Colby Covington. Colby, what's going on, pal?
What's up, my Oregon Wesleyan gangster?
I got to tell you, you're looking good, man. You don't gain weight like in the off season or what? What do you walk around, about 84, 86?
Yeah, like 85 is the highest I ever get. You know, I stay on a good, healthy regimen year-round, so I'm always ready to go.
Weight cutting's not a huge issue. I mean, you're hearing about that from everyone. Chiesa, over the weekend, comes out, says, I almost died. Missed weight, still fought. But, I mean, this seems to be a theme going on in the sport. You look like you should be 170, and you don't gain weight. I mean, you look like you've got it all under control.
Yeah, it's a 10-pound cut for me. I've never been focused on, like, cutting a lot of weight. I want to fight in my natural weight. You know, everybody thinks it's such a big advantage to cut weight and fight guys at a lower weight class, but I don't think that's a big advantage. I think you're going to dehydrate your body and your brain, and it makes it easier to get knocked out, so I don't believe in weight cutting.
You know, why is that? Randy Couture was just talking about this, and when he said it, I go, yeah, that's right. But all he said is this is an American phenomenon. He goes, you know, as wrestlers, the Eastern blocs and the European countries, they don't go cut. They don't go pull out 10 and 15 pounds in a sauna and with these plastics on. They don't know anything about it. It's like an American belief was Randy's contention, but I have noticed that he's right after he said it aloud. And now we see it in fighting to such an extent where guys go, okay, if I'm doing well at 170, then I got to be at 155. It's like, I don't know about that. Didn't Daniel Cormier just show us that's not true? Going up seems to help.
Yeah, it definitely seems to help. Even with my last opponent, Rafael dos Anjos, he looked like he had a career, reinvention. He looked like he reinvented the wheel. He looked amazing in that fight against Robbie Lawler. He tuned Robbie Lawler up for 5 rounds. So sometimes it shows that guys have more energy and they have more power behind their punches when they're not cutting as much weight. And definitely DC proved that this weekend against Stipe.
Dos Anjos, did he hit you hard? He looked like he hit you hard.
Nah, he didn't hit me hard.
It didn't hurt?
Come on, for an Oregon gangster like yourself.
Hey,
on,
I'll
man.
tell you what,
hard.
I even did a recap on this, and your pressure, I mean, that whole fight was about your pressure, and, you could talk about all the strategies, and you can pay these guys to give analysis all they want. Since they've set that octagon up in 1993, nothing has gotten around getting in a guy's face and putting his ass on the mat. But one of the things you did, I mean, every single round, you were running right over to him. And one time, you ran right into a punch, but you didn't flinch. You changed elevation and shot. I was just at home nervous. Okay, no problem. But at the time, no problem?
Yeah, honestly, between me and you, I wouldn't lie to you. Nothing, I didn't feel anything, I took it in stride and went right through it, so it was kind of a tactical error on mine. I shouldn't have ran out that reckless in the 4th round. I had the first 3 rounds under control. I knew I had those first 3 rounds, and in the 4th round, I just really wanted to get in his face and let him know those championship rounds. I was going to put an extra ounce of pressure on him. So, I didn't feel it at all when I got hit.
And what about the rounds 4 and 5? Any issue there? Did you like it being longer to wear on him, or were you annoyed? I'm just asking because in your post-fight interview, my God, Colby could go 6 and 7 and 8 rounds. But I didn't know if you were just fooling us all or what. I mean, did you feel as good as you looked?
No, I felt better than I looked. Honestly, I could have done another 5-round fight.
No problem.
Like I just got warmed up for my next fight. So, I was ready to go another 5 rounds. I do a lot of running in Eugene on the Eugene mountains, like Mount Pisgah and stuff with my friend Cam Haynes. So he's like an ultra marathon runner. He does those crazy, savage, 3-night runs where they don't sleep. So, I know my cardio is the best in the world.
And Tyron Woodley, I mean, from everything that I'm seeing, that is set in stone. I mean, not only from you, but I've seen Tyron go, yeah, this is the fight that's going to happen. Have they contacted you? Do we have a date, by example?
Yeah, Ty Quill, that fight is set in stone. He has nowhere to hide. He was hiding for, 8 months, a year. He didn't want to fight me, and now he's begging to fight me. But, it's funny. He wants to talk all this shit on social media, but he has me blocked on his social media. He's living in his little safe space, so he knows he doesn't really want to come out and talk to me on social media. He wants to act like he's hard to the media and stuff. But, eventually now it's set in stone. He's got nowhere to hide, and we're looking at a date right now, but it's going to be on my cards. It's not on his cards anymore. Before, it was on his cards when I was the challenger. But now I'm the champion. He's got that fake belt. He's over in Hollywood. He's taking pictures with these people in Hollywood just so he can get famous. These people don't even know who he is. He goes next to Coolio, takes a picture. He goes next to Snoop, goes next to Ludacris, and these guys don't even know who he is, but he walks around with this belt. And for him, the belt is a bargaining chip. I don't care about this belt. This belt means nothing to me. I'm a money fighter. I came to sell pay-per-views and make money. This belt to him, he takes it around. Oh, I'm the UFC champ in Fox Sports Studio. Pay me more money. Oh, I'm in Hollywood. Give me this backup actress role that's going to go straight to DVD. So I'm here to fight, and I'm here to make this division great again, and that's exactly what I'm going to do as soon as I get that fight and the date signed with him.
Is that annoying to you? It annoys me greatly, and I've never outgrown it. And here's what think of how I want to ask you this question, but you come from a competitor standpoint, and it is so obvious to me, and it's so appealing to me as well, that you are here to compete. If it's a main event, fine. If it's a championship, fine. But it's you versus me. And it does seem as though there is a transition in guys' minds over time and with success and with the money where all of a sudden they don't want to compete anymore. You got to talk them into it. You got to beg them to do it. All of a sudden they're saying no. Could you imagine, Colby, going to a wrestling tournament and saying, I'm not going to take on that guy? The bracket's drawn. Have you ever even seen anyone? The biggest coward has never done that, right? The biggest fish in a tournament has never gone, whoa, I didn't come here to take on that. You walk out there and you go, whatever happens, happens, and you walk away. Yeah. Does it annoy you that you're seeing things in this sport, and maybe not just in front of you with Tyron, but as a fan of the sport, we're seeing more and more guys do that. It is so off-putting to me. And I just hope with time that you don't ever become one of those guys. But, I mean, the guys that are those guys now, they didn't start as it. As soon as they get a little bit of rope and a little bit of run and a few headlines, man, they become chickens. And I don't understand. It drives me nuts. Do you see it, though? This isn't just – I'm not the – I don't – am I alone here? You see that, right?
Of course I see that. They start acting like silver spoon-fed athletes, and that's not how real Americans should act. He's been piggybacking off stars like Conor McGregor and John Jones to get these big paydays. And, I'm already the bad guy. Everybody hates me. I don't care about people's feelings. I'm here to make everybody's lives miserable. I don't care how if you like me or whatever, but you're going to watch me and you're going to respect me. But a guy like Tyron Woodley, like, he's trying to be a good guy right now, but he can't. People hate him because they're seeing his true colors, that he's willing to sit out and wait for these big fights. Oh, I want a money fight. I want to fight GSP. I want to fight Conor. I want to fight Nate Diaz, but I don't want to fight the contenders in my division. And it's a joke, man. These guys, they're not acting like – they're not representing our flag, the red, white, and blue, standing up for America. They're not being good citizens. You got to – the people of the armed forces, they put their lives on the line so you could have the freedoms to have the opportunities to live the life of freedom in America and have this dream. Go try and bring those antics over to South America. All that stuff that they're acting like, that's not going to work over in South America. You can't get paid over there. You're not going to be able to act like a diva over there. So, I completely see where you're coming from, Chael.
I love when you said, I'm here to make everybody's lives miserable. That was wonderful.